There's nothing quite like the thrill of a digital heist gone so very right. Or horribly wrong.
Here we are. Wait until you're inside to get bellied up.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our list for the top 10 intense video game heist missions. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at missions that best encapsulate the highs and lows of a carefully plotted theft. Whether they stick to familiar tropes or subvert them with brutal efficiency, these deliver on tense moments of careful planning and split-second action.
The world was built out of bad ideas, my friend.
Number 10. Three-Leaf Clover, Grand Theft Auto 4. As a series, Grand Theft Auto isn't shy about borrowing from classic crime drama stories for material, though this mission shows how that approach can work out for the best.
None of you's gonna get a medal for playing hero. All you's gonna get is a bullet to the heart.
Beginning when Nico Bellic is drafted for a bank heist by the McCreary brothers, the mission Three-Leaf Clover soon segues into an out-and-out homage to the likes of Heat and Point Break. Befitting the deconstructive parody angle of Grand Theft Auto 4 though, it's not long before the plan goes sour and bullets start flying. It walks a fine line between paying tribute to its source of inspiration and breaking from the mold to deliver exciting action.
Thanks, Nico. You're a damn good man.
Number 9. When good heists go bad. Saints Row the Third. With heists like these, who needs enemies?
Nobody moves. Nobody dies.
Sorry, jumped his line. Can we go again?
Not keen on waiting long to set its tone, Saints Row the Third instead starts off by dropping the player right into the middle of a bank robbery. Specifically, it's a robbery where all of the culprits are wearing Johnny Gat disguises, and one is a committed method actor.
If I'm gonna play a saint with any degree of emotional truth, I gotta make it real.
The absurdity of the scenario only gets more amusing as the heist turns sour, throwing the 3rd Street Saints into a series of pitched gunfights with SWAT teams and alarmingly well-stocked bank tellers. Hearing the Saints bicker and crack wise amid the chaos is fun enough, but it's the extra touch of the voice modulators distorting the dialogue that seals the deal.
Oh, that's different.
Number 8. Heist of the Centuries, Fallout New Vegas. Throughout the expansion Dead Money, the theme of moving on from one's obsession is continually emphasized.
Begin again, but know when to let go. I wish you luck in the vault.
In this last quest to break into the vault beneath the Sierra Madre Casino, the player is shown exactly how far the developers intended to go with this idea. Getting into the fabled vault is no easy task, guarded as it is by advanced security holograms and explosive collar detonating speakers. Once the player breaks in, however, a new issue arises. The sheer amount of gold and currency is simply too heavy to safely carry away. Combined with revelations about the expansion's unhinged villain, Father Elijah,
You're in the vault, finally, after all this time. The Sierra Madre. Mine.
and the casino owner Frederick Sinclair, it hammers home the human cost of valuing greed over personal happiness.
Love makes people do strange things. Won't argue that. It can drive you crazy sometimes if you can't connect.
Number 7. Heist conquers Bad Fur Day. If nothing else, this is an unforgettable way to close out a game. Much of the runtime of Conker's Bad Fur Day is spent skewering the entire notion of kid-friendly mascot platformers.
Where did the windmill go? I was sure that was the final level. Oh well, obviously not.
Intercut with a litany of pop culture references. However, it reaches its peak right about at the game's conclusion, with the titular squirrel sent to rob a bank for the shifty Don Weezo.
Here we have it. The Federal Reserve Bank.
What follows is an extended parody of the lobby shootout from The Matrix, complete with slow-motion shooting. Then, things take a turn for the truly bizarre, as the heist gives way to fourth wall-breaking humor and an extended Aliens reference. We certainly didn't see that coming.
What the?
Number 6. The Ultimate Heist. The Elder Scrolls IV: Oblivion. This climax to the Thieves Guild questline opens with one hell of a premise. You're sent by the guild's leader to infiltrate the Imperial City Palace and steal an Elder Scroll.
Are you ready for one last great heist?
Already notable for integrating the series' enigmatic namesake, the Ultimate Heist also excels at setting up a variety of tasks and challenges to overcome. There's the matter of finding an escape route in the city's sewers, dealing with vampires on the prowl, and managing the difficult feat of sneaking through said aforementioned heavily monitored palace. It's all quite splendid, and plays out in an immensely satisfying fashion, both narratively and in terms of general player progression.
You have the scroll. I can hardly believe it.
Number 5. The Bank Job. Dishonored, Death of the Outsider. Deviating from expectations for heist fiction and for the Dishonored games, this mission sees Billy Lurk seeking to steal a lone knife from the Dolores Michaels Deposit and Loan Bank.
That must be the vault.
Of course, it wouldn't be a good heist if there weren't complications, like the bank itself being extremely well guarded and elaborate in scope. Breaking into the bank proves to be a fun endeavor though, thanks to exquisite environmental design and the Dishonored series' love of open-ended exploration. Whether entering via the rooftop entrance or infiltrating the bank by the way of the garbage disposal, be it a stealthy or loud playthrough, there's no shortage of clever approaches to take. Number 4. First City Bank and Trust. Thief 2: The Metal Age. Leave it to the old guard to teach us about the art of theft. The 6th mission of Thief 2: First City Bank and Trust has dry-witted thief Garrett electing not to target the eponymous bank's plentiful riches.
But you know, I've always wanted a good enough excuse to break into First City Bank and Trust. But I always thought I'd be taking the risk just for the money.
Instead, his aim is to break into a vault to obtain blackmail material on a corrupt sheriff. An intriguing break from the routine by an utterly engrossing setting. The bank's 4 levels features plenty of ornate halls and passages to admire, even as Garrett strives to duck around the various guards and the mechanized sentries. There's also elements of randomization at play, with the enemy and civilian layout changing every time the levels restarted.
Thought I heard something.
Number 3. Kasumi: Stealing Memory. Mass Effect 2. Once players of Mass Effect 2 managed to employ the services of the slick thief Kasumi Goto, they got the chance to aid in one of gaming's finest sci-fi heists.
Here we go!
Kasumi's loyalty mission, necessary for ensuring her survival in the endgame, takes her and spacefaring hero Commander Shepard to a fancy party at the home of an intergalactic arms dealer. There, the player must set about investigating the house, sabotaging security measures, and slowly preparing for the actual theft.
Looks like an EX700 series. Everything a vault needs to be impenetrable.
This gonna be a problem?
Please, remember who you're talking to.
The heist is filled with tense conversations and detail-rich rooms, punctuated by a few close-quarter shootouts and quite the entertaining clash with a gunship. Plus, it's always fun to hear Kasumi banter and lust after the finest of loot.
The information we found is all here. It's big, Kasumi.
Number 2. The Big Score. Grand Theft Auto 5. It takes a lot of setup and effort, but man is the payoff worth it.
We are about to make history.
Grand Theft Auto 5 saves one of its finest heists for last. A daring raid of Los Santos' highly secure Union Depository in order to steal millions of dollars in gold reserves.
Woo! There is a lot of gold in here.
Whether opting for a quiet extraction of the gold or a loud and obvious operation, players still get to prepare every facet of the robbery. The actual heist itself delivers on fast-paced gunfights and desperate escapes, with the choice of crew members impacting how smoothly the plan turns out. And when all is said and done, you end up with quite the pile of cash for your troubles.
We are good. All right? Wow.
Number 1. The Big Bank. Payday 2. In a game all about the thrill of partaking in heists, this might well be a standout.
All doors have keys. If you want to do this quietly, find the keys.
The Big Bank was introduced in a DLC expansion of the same name, sending the masked criminals of Payday 2 to scope out and strike the benevolent bank. Calling it the Big Bank is fitting, since it's a multi-level building with plenty of security measures, guards, and wandering civilians to account for. Tackling this heist can be incredibly entertaining, thanks to the variety of options for getting in and getting out.
Alright, got the code.
Blowing open an escape route with C4, fighting off police until a helicopter arrives, Whatever the route, there's always the chance for chaotic fun to be had.
Almost there. Final protocol.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.